In this video, you'll get a dead simple way to structure your individual video lessons as well as your entire course curriculum. Now, I say entire, but strive to outline a course that is short and specific. As a rule of thumb, aim for 8 to 10 lessons, each with a duration of 8 to 10 minutes. Most of my lessons are videos, and the way that I suggest you outline these is with a short intro, the main teachings, a bonus or advanced part, and an outro. A quick example, I teach animation video. So let's say I want to create a lesson about color. I shoot this as talking head with a camera. In this lesson, you'll learn about color. Color is what binds your visuals to your brand and what binds the visuals of your entire video together. If you get it wrong, you can ruin the look and feel of an otherwise great video. Then comes the meat of the lesson, where I go through 3 to 5 points I want to make about color. This part takes up the majority of my lesson, about 6 to 7 minutes. I could talk about basic color theory, examples of color done right, where to find color palettes, the creation of a scene step by step, and common mistakes to avoid. Since I teach people how to use an online tool, the format of my lessons is screen recording. If you teach something more conceptual, you could stand in front of a whiteboard, you could talk over a slideshow, or something else that makes sense. We're about 6 minutes into the lesson now, and it's time to give our viewers something extra, something exciting to look forward to in each lesson. The advanced tip. Mine could be how to use the color wheel to always match colors the right way. With that 2-minute extra tip, we're about 8 minutes into the video lesson, and it's time to round it off with a short outro. Use the outro to highlight one key takeaway from the entire lesson. If the viewer is a little overwhelmed at this point of all the information you've presented, what is the one thing to remember after watching this? The key takeaway from this lesson is that color is essential. You must try to align your scenes color-wise because that is what makes it feel like your video. Recap on that main takeaway and then tease the next lesson. Could look something like this. In the next lesson, you'll learn about visual hierarchy and how to always have one clear focal point in your scenes. That's it. 4 parts: intro, meat, bonus part, and outro. Now that you know how to structure individual lessons, let's look at how to outline the entire course. A common mistake is to start slow. Don't bore your learners with introductory lessons like About Me, Before We Begin, or Introduction to the Course. I've made this mistake myself, and it just kills the momentum of a new excited student. Instead, give them a quick win, an early insight of some sort that they can go out and use right away. If I were to make a new course on my favorite animation tool, I'd start with a lesson called the 1-hour video, where I teach them fastest and simplest way to create an entire animation video in 60 minutes. Wow, that's awesome. I've already learned something super cool, and this is just lesson 1. Gotta watch the whole thing now. That's the kickstart you want to give your students. We all know the sad statistics that say that 90% of all enrolled students never finish the course. Let's try to lower that number a little bit with a great opening lesson. After that kickstart lesson comes the main curriculum of the course. Here you choose 7 more topics that you want to cover. Every single one has to pass this test. Am I pushing the learner forward from point A to point B? A lesson called The History of Animation doesn't pass this test. It has to be action-oriented. Let's say my learner's point A is, I think explainers are cool. And their point B is, I can make cool explainers. My job is then to bridge that gap. So a lesson outline could look something like this. And give your lessons exciting titles. Look more towards the YouTube-ish clickbait style than the dull academic titles. Education is also about entertainment, and there's a lot we can learn from the world of content creators and marketing in general. The last thing we need before our course outline is done is the last lesson called Next Step. Where to go after this course, what to buy from you, or what to create. You can't just end with, thanks for taking this course, bye. You need to point the learner in a direction. Think of it as point C. What is the next thing that they want to do after this course? Maybe that next step is to sell explainers. And then I would use my next step lesson to say something like, congratulations on finishing the course. If you want to learn how to sell explainers, I have a course called 6-Figure Insights, where I teach you everything I learned from running a 6-figure animation agency. you can use the coupon code FINISHER to get 30% off that course. Hope to see you inside. Or maybe their next step is a final test. Congratulations on finishing this course. Now your job is to use everything you've learned to create a 2-minute explainer that you submit for feedback. If you want very detailed feedback, you can book a one-on-one call with me where we spend 45 minutes on digging into your creation and finding the knowledge gaps that you need to cover. You can book me for this coaching session at a discount. Use Finisher at checkout to get 30% off the full price. Have some sort of clear call to action at the end of the course to sell your other offers like additional courses or one-on-one coaching. That's the simple formula you can use to structure your individual lessons and your entire courses. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.